What up, motherfuckers? Amber Nut here, and today I'm gonna be reacting to a video which is called "Do Trans Athletes Have an Unfair Advantage?" Shout out to Jen for making this video. I'm gonna be reacting to it, and this is a very interesting topic and it's a very controversial topic for some reason. But why do trans athletes compete in women's sports? Why do trans men who were born as men transition into a woman and then have the audacity to compete in women's sports? That's just straight up disrespectful in my opinion, because you were unsuccessful as a man to be in you were unsuccessful as a man to compete in men's sports, which you were originally in because you are a man, but you transitioned into a woman and then you went into the world of women's sports and you destroyed every single woman because you're biologically stronger than a woman, scientifically stronger than a woman, you have more muscle fibers, all of that. You have more testosterone in your body as a man. So you became a fake woman and just destroyed all the real women. That's just straight up disrespectful, and now I'm gonna see this video, see if they're gonna talk about everything. But yeah, before this video starts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to join my Discord server link in the description. Don't forget to click my link to all my social media. It's gonna be my link to baby. And hey, if this video, if I get 200 subs, bro, I'm showing you yeah.
What is a woman?
A woman is
having a vagina. Oh well, actually no. Whatever.
Why does you have
you
these
want
big
from a
ass
woman.
boobs,
There's
bro?
trans men who are now capable of giving birth.
Does questioning make you transphobic?
I'm homophobic, I'm transphobic.
No, but
Like,
some
why are
people,
you
yes.
asking these questions right now type thing?
So today I asked about trans athletes. Challenge each person with questions the other side may ask. So let's see what they have to say. Should trans athletes compete against biological women?
People think that they're gonna beat them, then they're probably not the best for that competition.
That's like saying like there's like 10 bears that are all fighting each other, and then it's like, wait, let's bring in this one T-Rex and then let's add that in and let's see how that kind of goes. And what happens is the T-Rex just destroys them.
So trans people are T-Rexes?
I mean, you can say that.
Women's sports is pretty self-descriptive. Women compete against women.
No matter how many surgery, a woman's body is a woman's body. You can't really change that.
You get on hormone therapy, it does change the hormones within your
doesn't.
bodies.
No, it doesn't, bro. No, it doesn't. Hormone don't change shit. It just changes shit in the moment. But in reality, if you're a man, you still have those high testosterones, and you still have those muscle fibers, extra muscle fibers that women don't have. So you're still a man, okay? And you're still taking advantage of your manhood and competing with something, you're cheating, which is bullshit.
As far as females, they should be able to compete against females. What do I actually think?
Yeah.
I think women should compete against women, and transgenders should compete against transgenders.
Okay. What do you believe on?
I got my own problems.
No.
I was in the military. Was it fair for a male to do the female PT test?
The woman's PT like a lower standard?
Significantly lower because a female can only do so much.
Exactly.
I do play men's volleyball though collegiately.
Before we continue, I know damn well I'm not the only one confused. I hope you don't mind me asking, but were you born a biological male?
I'm non-binary, so I can be female as a gender, and my sex can be male.
Whatever feels best for the day.
You're female as a gender, your sex can be male. What does that? You're separating sex with gender. They're both the same thing. What the fuck? If you were born as a male, you are a male. Your sex is male. Your gender is male. You can't just separate your gender, saying you're female, to your sex. This is just ridiculously stupid and just illogical. That just don't make sense. I know I'm gonna get hate from this video because I got hate from my last video of me reacting to the now transgender Chris Tyson from Mr. Beast. I was watching the interview with Anthony Pedetta, and I got hate comments from that, but I don't want to give a fuck because I knew I was gonna get hate comments, and probably gonna get hate comments from this video. But yeah, I'm ready for it. I'm just speaking facts. Transgenders are fucking ridiculous. The decomposed community are just insane.
Between Monday and Friday.
Monday and Friday, definitely she, her at my job. It just depends on the vibe.
Depends, yeah.
Depends on
This
why.
channel we explore them.
Shut the fuck up.
Because it's only through genuine conversations that we can change our perspective. But will people be too afraid to speak their truth? And with all the controversy,
It's crazy how normal
demonetized
people are so
even
scared,
worse,
bro.
cancel like Chappelle. Bro, chill. Ain't no one canceling you with your no subscriber head ass. I guess we gon' see. What is a woman then?
anyone who identifies as such.
It's just somebody who feels comfortable within femininity.
I don't even want to say femininity because it goes beyond that.
I'm more of a logical person. Kind of actually take that weird Jordan Peterson type stuff, just believing in yourself, and actually affect that towards like gender.
Maybe let's take like a recent controversial issue like abortion. Or women say, hey, no one should be making laws about us. In that instance, it seems like a woman is someone who is able to have a baby. Does that constitute a woman, or would you still stick with your definition?
A uterus wouldn't like make you a woman. I feel like there's so many other parts that are so much more important than just that.
Vagina considers a woman, but if you have like the long hair, if you have the nails.
So I think those are pretty big differences, right? Because I could put on nails and hair, but if I identified as a
Okay, this is already pissing me off. Hold on, this is already pissing me off. We've got a lot of things to unpack here. Okay. What is a woman? Let me give you the most simplest definition, you thick fuckers. A woman has a vagina, you can give birth, and periods. A woman is not, oh, whatever how you feel, or whatever day you want to become a woman. Oh, I feel like I'm a woman, so I'm a woman for the day. No, motherfucker, that's not how it works. Okay, you can't just wear makeup, have long hair, get a couple hormone surgeries, and say you're a woman. Because you could say you're a woman and feel like a woman, and have people supporting you and society supporting you and promoting you and all that shit. But in reality, the dark reality is you're not a woman, you're a man. Okay? And that bitch with the buzz cut saying a uterus does not define a woman. Then what does a woman define? What's a woman? What defines a woman then? Because if a uterus does not define a woman, then what does? Like, please, whoever's watching this, tell me in the comments below. If a uterus does not define a woman, then what does? Because I know some people are thick in the head and gonna disagree with me. Are gonna disagree with me for some reason. But please tell me, if a woman that gives birth does not define a woman, then what does? Because I can't give birth, or I can't get periods because I'm a man. But I can still identify as a woman, and people will accept me because people are that stupid. So tell me, what is a woman?
woman, would that make me a woman?
Yeah.
Is there any scientific definitions, or is it just the words become true?
No one decides to become a woman. So no one just wakes up and is like, oh, I feel like being a woman. There are tons of thoughts, decisions, and even social repercussions, like this entire line of questioning that come with coming out as a woman.
But wouldn't that be kind of ignoring some sort of biological, realities?
I think that everybody has their own biological reality, and that's how the world has always worked. But this world is changing every fucking day, and you just gotta keep up with the new time. Are you straight by chance?
I am, yeah.
You identify as straight, and you identify as a male?
Yeah.
So not everybody's gonna follow what your path is, and some people have their own path. And sometimes we just weren't born with that knowledge because we didn't got taught that as children.
Why has it changed over the last few?
So what? What do you mean? You didn't get taught transgenders as what? You didn't get taught how to be a woman as children. What type of logic is that? No. You're a woman, okay? You talking about what did this bitch say? Talking about what? She's a man. Why are there so many men that turn into women, bro? And as soon as a man they turn into a woman, they say the most stupidest and nonsensical shit ever. They don't make sense to me. And now this bitch is saying what? We didn't get taught children. Well, you didn't get taught children how to be a transgender. We didn't get taught children how to become a woman. Because I don't think children really care about uteruses and sex and all this other shit. I think children care about toys, Spider-Man and Ben 10. But of course nowadays the TQ plus community are sexualizing children, and the transgender community are teaching children in schools. It's real. I've seen articles of the transgender community going to schools half naked talking about very dirty stuff and very inappropriate stuff to children. Talking about dicks, talking about how you could feel like a woman. If you want to become a woman, even if you're a man, even if you're an 11-year-old little boy and you feel like you're a woman, you can. And these transgenders are talking about that in schools, and they're accepting, and it's disgusting, and people are allowing this, and you wonder why pedophiles and the rape cases are increasing.
2 years.
There's trans men who are now capable of giving birth. Whatever makes someone
No.
feel better at night and doesn't hurt somebody else, I don't think should matter to anybody.
Okay.
He has the
So then
children.
what will the other side say? Okay, in your mind, do you think there are more than 2 genders?
Yes. I couldn't identify them all for you, but
No. There's two.
Old school, so if I'm growing up, I was no man anymore.
Again, I think I decided that I'm an alien. Do you believe me? And if you don't accept that I'm an alien, then you're wrong. And that just doesn't make logical sense. So you can have your own opinion, your own thoughts, but I think
Exactly.
there's one or the other.
This guy knows what's up, bro. He knows what's up.
I don't really think it matters.
So obviously both sides have opinions, but do both sides have solutions? What do you think is a solution? Do you think trans athletes should have their own league? Do you think that sports should be gender neutral?
I've seen some females out there that can kick any guy's ass. I mean, look at fucking Ronda Rousey. She could probably take all her asses up at once.
I don't doubt that at all, but do you think
That's
she...
WWE film. Why are they showing WWE? It's fake. It's fake. It's showing WWE. Yes, Ronda Rousey can kick my ass because she has martial arts experience. But if Ronda Rousey faced, let's say, Big Show, because you know the Big Show from WWE. If Ronda Rousey tried to if Ronda Rousey tried to square up with Big Show will beat the shit out of her because Big Show is big and tall and has the weight, has the height, has the advantage, has the power, and all that shit. Ronda Rousey can't beat every single UFC. You're right. Ronda Rousey can't beat a skinny old 18-year-old that has no martial arts experience, has no fighting experience, and just goes and just sits in his mall basement all day and play games. You're right about that. But if it's a regular 18-year-old who's been a UFC fighter for many years and weighs way heavier than Ronda Rousey, then Ronda Rousey will struggle against him and probably will lose because of his weight. That's why there's weight advantage, and that's why women fight women in UFC in MMA sports, and men fight men because they know there's a weight advantage and there's a genetic advantage. Simple as that. Don't use the Ronda Rousey logic because it makes no sense.
She'll be able to take a professional male UFC fighter?
I mean, look at her. That bitch is vicious. You know what I mean?
No,
honestly, I feel like you can beat my ass
up,
with
bro.
those.
It's all facade, bro. It's all facade.
Baby, I'll give somebody a black eye with these.
Some women probably think that they're like faster than men, and some men probably think that they do like way better in like a female, or I'm trying to think of one that typically females are in. Ooh, cheerleading.
Yeah, I think that's the only way you could do it without pissing people off.
Should our priority be to not piss people off?
I'll piss off every single person. I don't give. Oh, the fucking ads, bro. Look, I'll piss off as many people. I already pissed off so many people from the start of me making my YouTube videos. I'll piss off more people because I don't really give a fuck really. So if you're in this world too scared to show your reality and show your truth, show the people the truth, then you're a bitch for real, bro.
Without pissing people off.
Should our priority be to not piss people off?
If
showing the truth is pissing people off, then I don't know what
that
to say.
is tricky. I guess you have to choose who you want to piss off.
Because then you create more division, right? And you say, oh, well, we're going to make this only. But then it does make it inclusive for them if that's what they want to do.
Will there even be enough to form a league?
Not necessarily, but I think if we're going to talk about integration, people of color being integrated into our schools, parks, society wasn't normalized until we talked about it. So trans is one of those topics right now that we just have to normalize.
Not going to work 2 or 3 times as hard to try to compete against someone naturally born as a male.
Which does bring up something that no one wants to talk about. Are trans women taking away women's rights? Because it wasn't until 50 years ago when Title IX granted more equal access to women in sports. But today, when a trans woman receives a roster spot, is it denying biological women's opportunities? And if there are biological advantages, more times than not, is it denying opportunities to win?
I think you have to ask that population.
If only I knew someone who was trans and also an athlete.
I think someone who is prepubescent and is on hormones before developing natural...
Oh, hell, she's an athlete? I should have known she was an athlete when she was talking about basketball. What the fuck?
Testosterone, they're not as strong as me.
So should there be an age cutoff then?
Yes, their estrogen and testosterone levels have to be tested before competing.
If I'm gonna be real, I didn't expect that answer. And that even with hormone therapy, when you transition matters. So let's explore further on these advantages. Do you think that trans women have any sort of advantage against biological women when it comes to sports?
No. People can train and become professionals in whatever sport that they want to do, and you have the same ability to do that. Some people grow muscle faster than others, and that has nothing to do with your genitals.
In general, do you think men and women have physical differences?
I think there are physical differences across the plane. We have differences, we're both women. We have differences, we're both women.
Yeah.
There could be biological advantages to it.
What? No, what's with her? When I tell you the TQ plus community makes stupid points, this is an example of it. There's a big difference between us men and you women. We have more muscle fibers, we have high testosterone, and we can fuck you up if you wanted to. Okay? And the trans woman who just admitted that she was an athlete and she competes in women's sports. She said, "Oh, you have to be." She said they test the men who transition into a woman. They test how high the testosterone is, and if it's high, they get removed or something. But still, even if you remove some of the testosterone, they're still a man. They still have they still have more muscle than the woman, and they're still heavier, and they're still way heavier, and they can still run faster because they have stronger legs. It's just not fair either way. No, you could decrease you could decrease the manhood as much as you want to within yourself, but you still have the man, you still have natural man inside of you. Okay, you still have stronger legs than them than the average woman. You're still faster than the average woman naturally. If you compare two very high level athletic people, one man and one woman, and you see them racing. The man will beat the woman. We've seen so many videos of athletic people like doing and women and men competing with each other, racing or tennis or whatever, and the men always beat them because their legs are stronger. Naturally, with legs are stronger, they have faster reflexes. They just have everything. They're just naturally stronger, physically stronger than the woman in sports. That's why it's separated. It's not together. So simple as that.
But at what point is that measure quantifiable?
A basketball player is scoring 500 points a game.
I would say that would go into more of the skill than rather than just hormonal influence.
As long as they're on the proper treatment with HRT, I actually think at that point it becomes a disadvantage. I am also on estrogen. I lost a lot of that muscle, gained a lot of fatigue.
When I used to play soccer and I felt like it was better. I felt like I could challenge myself more.
It said that it made you better. Are you saying that men have an advantage over women when it comes to sports?
No, I don't think so. There's ways in which that men and women can learn from each other in sports.
I guess, but could that be considered a bit unfair for biological women?
I don't think so.
Do you know who LeBron James is?
Yeah.
So he's 6'8", 280 pounds. What if he became a trans woman and competed against WNBA players? Would that be something that the WNBA players should just get over?
She would have an advantage. At the same time, I don't know, I feel like they could figure it out.
He probably would.
What do you... Bro, they're making me go crazy. They're literally making me go crazy when I'm literally transforming myself into one of them because they're making me they're mentally fucking with my brain. What the fuck are they talking about? Are they mad? Are they crazy? What are they saying right now? Bro, are they even speaking English? He just gave you a perfect definition. If LeBron James, at 6'8" or 6'5", whatever how tall the guy is, he's over 6'4". He's been in the basketball game for many years. 220 pounds. And if you transition into a woman and compete in the WNBA, you still have the audacity to say, "Oh, it's fine," because she's a woman now, because he's a woman now, and they have to just figure it out. What do you mean figure it out? He just became a woman. He's 220 pounds, 6'8". That's bro. The LeBron James will absolutely destroy the woman in WNBA, bro. There's gonna be literal murder cases if LeBron James happened to be in the WNBA ever, bro. There'll literally be. Think about LeBron James. If any men basketball players in any moment, any men basketball players transition into a woman and they compete in the WNBA, bro, there's gonna be literal murder cases, bro. So in a couple months, it's gonna be a case of someone got killed because of transgender that tried to tackle them, then slap their fucking head and then the head explode, bro. It's gonna be a literal murder cases. and you're here giving a stupid excuse, bro. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I could survive finishing off this video because this is making me feel stupid, bro. It's seriously making me feel stupid. I can't lie, you guys. If you're watching this with me if you're watching this with me until now, and you think this is stupid, you think what these people are saying is ridiculous, hit the like button right now. Smash that like button, bro. Smash it, comment it, punch it, whatever you do, just smash that like button, bro, because this shit is stupid as fuck. Whatever these people are saying are crazy, bro.
Be in a league with similarly stacked women. There are 6-foot+ women who weigh a lot, who have a lot of musculature, and probably they'd be playing in the same league.
I think it would just depend on the sport.
I guess what would be a sport where it would be an equal playing field?
I haven't really thought too much about it.
I think in swimming it's possible because they're likely to be more muscular.
And it's something that's actually happened. Leah,
the drone age has begun in the large.
Fuck his ass, bro. Oh my god, his ass.
Was a swimmer at UPenn who started her collegiate career competing on the men's swim team. But during Leah's junior year, she started hormone therapy and transitioned to be happy. Previously, Leah was ranked 65th
to be happy. So you were a man and now you transitioned into a woman and now you're in the women's sport. Is that what I'm hearing?
In the men's 500-yard freestyle, but as a woman,
Leah Thomas pulling away over the final 150 meters, wins the NCAA championship.
She ranked first after winning the national championship. It's controversial to even question this, but sports is competition. To avoid falling behind, will more programs start exclusively recruiting trans athletes?
You know, complete what I signed up for.
And it's something the World Swimming Organization has noticed. New rules will now only allow athletes who have transitioned before the age of 12 to compete in women's events. So the more controversial a topic, the more discussions we need.
It's like I'm a big soccer fan. Same. Like women's soccer and men's soccer becoming competitive to the point where like some of them are like passing the same like records at the same time.
I had to disagree. Because I have personal experiences with this. When I was like on a U16 soccer team, we played the Portland Thorns. So they were like the women's champions of that specific year. So they have like Alex Morgan, like a bunch of like these Olympic high level athletes. We killed them 6-1 and we were 15.
A personal experience like that only goes so far. You can have outliers because we're seeing individual women break like certain records and all that.
Against other women.
It is against other women, but we are also seeing those numbers match very closely to male numbers.
But don't you think numbers are always relative, right? Like, let's say if I joined a 8-year-old league, I'm going to score 1,000 goals, right?
No, but numbers as far as like stuff like goals or like...
Yeah, I guess like what I'm arguing that it is relative though, right? Because you're comparing a woman who is playing against other women's, that record against a man playing against other men, right?
Yeah, exactly. With those numbers becoming closer, that is also a good sign that you're going to move that, like, the bell curve closer and closer together.
In sports that doesn't require as much physical rigor. Do you think...
Bro, this guy is... I'm going to give this... Bro, I want to slap this guy so hard in the face. Because right now, he's making the most stupidest points. Bro, the Asian guy is giving you plenty of good points of how men's soccer are completely different. Oh, sorry, soccer. Bro, nah, whoever calls football soccer are the most delusional motherfuckers of all time. Tell me in the comments if you say football or soccer. If you say soccer, then my friend, you got a small dick. If you say football, you have an 8+ inch cock. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. This delusional fucker, this man who changed into a woman, that bitch right there was trying to give excuses saying, oh, women's records are similar to men's records in football. No, it's not. There's little articles and statistics that say women's football is dying, and the records the footballers they have achieved, the women's footballers they have achieved, the accomplishments and everything are against other women. Okay, and they're not even that special because half of these because the women's World Cup. If you didn't know that actually exists, the women's World Cup actually exists. No one gives a fuck about that, but the women's World Cup actually exists, and that ended, and no one cared about it. Since the beginning, no one cared about it, and until the end, no one gave a fuck about it. You wanna know why? Because women's football, no one cares about it. The achievements and the accomplishments in women's football is not that special because it's against other women. So who really gives a fuck? And the women's football matches are just so boring and just lackluster to fuck. You get me? No, and you can't say, well, women's football is dead because, well, I bet the people who are gonna watch this are gonna tell me, well, the reason women's football is not as popular, maybe because of da 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 da. But shut the fuck up, bro. Women's football is not as popular because no one really cares about it. And don't blame us for not watching it. The people who say women's football are the best and men's football and women's football are the same, they're the same people who don't even watch women's football. And the people who run the women's football in the Premier League or whatever, they don't even promote it properly. They mainly promote the men's football Premier League, the Premier League for men's, because it's more important and they'll catch more eyes on it. Because in reality, no one cares about women's sports in general. Forget about football, women's football in general. Nobody really cares about women's football. It's just the truth. I think the only sport that people get excited about for women is like probably tennis. I think tennis is like the only one. Tennis is probably the only one, and probably some odd like, and maybe like some other women's sports. But other than that, nobody gives a fuck.
Think then trans women should be able to compete against biological women?
But people wonder why WNBA and NBA get paid differently. It's because clearly NBA guys are dunking like crazy. But hey, if a girl is at that level, then sure, like go do it.
How about like maybe like something even more consequential, like UFC or MMA? Do you think men and women should be fighting against each other?
So I would think the weight classes could account for that.
What if the biological women think it's unfair, but they still have to compete? What about those instances?
I know I would never be trying to fist fight a man.
Why is that?
My opinion doesn't really matter because I'll never be like involved in that stuff. Sorry.
Why are you shaking, bro?
No, you don't have to apologize.
If I'm a female and I'm training my ass off every...
Bro, she literally just apologized for stating a fact. If a woman UFC fighter transitioned into a man and wanted to compete in a men's sport, she'll get fucked up. You wanna know why? Because genetically and scientifically, men are stronger than women. Okay? And if you try to fuck or you try to fight with a man who knows how to punch, you're fucked.
Every fucking day, there's a guy who doesn't have to train as hard as me. He comes in and he beats me. I'm gonna feel like shit. No.
And if anyone's allowed to voice an opinion, shouldn't it be those in competition? But instead, what we're seeing is severe consequences for speaking out.
Because at a certain point, I felt like I had to do something.
Taylor Silverman is a Jewish skater who placed second in 2 different contests to trans women. So fed up, she posted a screenshot of her email to Red Bull, who hosted the contest.
And I knew that people would come after me. I knew that people would come after me for being Jewish.
And what followed was a viral post with tons of comments calling her a transphobe and even some anti-Semitic hate.
I mean, what does that say? Hold on. I want to read this. What did that say?
People would come after me for being Jewish.
And what followed was a viral post with tons of comments calling her a transphobe and even...
Bigger, nobody's mad, you're Jewish, stop being mad, people are transphobic and probably pro-Israel, colonizing Palestine, whatever. You see what I mean? The LGBTQ plus community are disrespectful as fuck. The LGBTQ plus community are disrespectful and they never accept anyone from the other side. But the LGBTQ plus community are toxic and the most devious people I've ever seen in my life. Okay, they're devils, you know. And this is an example. Look at the comments. Look, she literally came second place because 2 times she literally lost because of a transgender who was a man and transitioned into a woman and competed in a skateboard contest. Bro, are you that bad at skateboard that you had to transition into a woman just so you could beat women at a skateboard contest? What is wrong with you? Are you like, bro? Are your lives that boring? Are your lives that sad that you want to transition into a woman and you want to ruin yourself by doing all these hormones and then you compete in women's sports and ruin the lives of women? Like, if you want to become a transition into a woman, then go ahead and do that. But don't ruin the lives of other people by competing in sports that you're not even meant to be a part of. That's just disgusting to me, and that's just disrespectful as fuck, to be honest.
Even some anti-Semitic hate.
The people who are responsible are the contest organizers who allow it to happen, because the reality is all the athletes competing are just going by the rules. Obviously, emailing Red Bull wasn't a way to start a conversation about it. They did not want to have that conversation at all.
And it's exactly this censorship of discussion that's completely hypocritical to the totem message of tolerance and acceptance. And so it's time to explore further, because we've heard of trans women competing, but why not the reverse?
Why do we never hear instances of trans men competing against biological men, but we've heard a lot of instances of trans women competing against biological women?
I am aware of trans professional male athletes who are...
The fuck? Trans women competing against trans men. But you never hear a trans man competing against What? Oh yeah, you're trying to say you never hear a man transitioning into a woman competing against women. You want to know why? Because men realize that we're not stupid, but also men that do that. That's that. But it's the majority of people that transition into women is the main popular trend and like controversial area aspect is men transitioning into women and competing against women.
Successful.
But I haven't heard any in the NBA or soccer.
They tend to focus on things that are mainstream.
We just don't necessarily get
So
that
main
in the news
excuse
as
is-
often.
But we've been hearing news about trans women competing against
Because
biological women.
that's how the news is, like, and that's how like this is. It operates on clicks.
Do you think there are instances?
Like, why are you asking these questions right now, type thing?
I'm trying to get closer to what the answer might be. That's why I'm going this approach, asking questions what the other side may ask you.
It's a slightly different approach, and it's like nice.
And it's because of misogyny.
This is an instance of a biological woman turning into a man competing against men.
Yeah.
Why would there be misogyny involved then?
Because misogyny, because they don't see they're not seeing them as men. Basically, they're not taking.
Oh, so that's misogyny. But if a trans man goes for if a trans man competes in women's sports, what's that? Huh? What's that? Isn't that misogyny? You dumb shit.
Taking them serious.
So then why do we not see the reverse? Do you think it's just one-sided misogyny, or
I literally think it's that. It's
if there's no physiological differences between men and women when it comes to sports? Why haven't we heard any instances of that?
Society seems to deem women's sports as needing some sort of assistance. So when they see a trans person competing, they feel as though there's something encroaching on a sport that's already not competing on the same level as men's sports, which is inaccurate. Women's sports are highly competitive, often can compete with men at the same level and win.
What sports?
Like a woman playing against a man tennis player, you can see it being fairly competitive.
And in 1998,
No.
Serena and Venus Williams did exactly that. Or tried to. They challenged any professional male player to a match as long as they were outside of the top 200. The challenge was accepted
Outside
by
of the top
Karsten
200.
Braasch, who was ranked 203rd in the world. And the match was a close one. He beat Serena 6-1 and Venus 6-2.
It's
Allah.
a completely different sport. The men are a lot faster. I love to play women's tennis, and I only want to play girls because I don't want to be embarrassed.
So now it's time to ask the most important
That is crazy. Serena Williams. This was 1997, and Serena Williams faced some guy who was below the top 200 because she realized men people are dangerous. I literally just said that women's tennis are actually pretty good, but women's sports are actually women's tennis are pretty popular. But wow, I didn't expect that. That just proves to people who are watching that and are supporting transgenders or supporting trans women competing in women's sports. Explain this to me then. Serena Williams, who's the best women's tennis player of all time, faced someone who's in top, who's in 203 ranked in the world. Okay, no one really knows the guy. Ranked 203 ranked in the world, and absolutely destroyed two of the top players in tennis, Serena Williams and another black friend. That is crazy to me. That just shows genetically and scientifically, men are just more stronger and more stronger than women. It's just in every, and that's just how it is. It's the truth. And if you don't like that, then so be it. What can we do? It's just that is. And if you're just complaining about genetics and genetics, we can't do anything. But God created us that way. And you're complaining about that. Fuck you.
question. It is a question that I kept asking myself throughout this video.
Does questioning make you transphobic?
No, because just talking my honest truth, I would be lying to myself if I say anything else.
I think questioning is fine because it allows you to explore the curiosity and become much more understanding. I think once you make a judgment towards it, that's when like the phobia comes in.
Well, I know I'm phobic. Well, I'm homophobic, I'm transphobic. If it ain't female, don't come at me with that crazy shit.
When it comes to sports, got to be black and white and universal. I'm sure a lot of people won't agree with that.
Do you think we're prioritizing too much of not pissing people off?
That has changed a lot of the ways that people are accepted or desire to be accepted. My whole life, when I see something, this is what my brain tells me. For me to just say, oh, that's this, and not understand it, that is me disagreeing with myself. And that causes more conflict within. That's also another line that we have to really be wary of.
Things have changed considerably. Women didn't look like that when I was...
Nope.
Now more...
This old man is a legend. Facts, women do not look like that with big ass boobs and alienated faces. Oh, definitely don't look like that at all back in the day.
More than ever, we need to learn to disagree. But when questioning the current thing means you're whatever phobic, how can we even have these types of conversations? Where are you from, by the way?
Well, there's a lot of controversies around it in Jamaica, you know, but the world is evolving. Probably my opinion might be not someone else's opinion.
And even though I was afraid to make this, what I realized is that if you approach with curiosity, people will speak their truth. And just how people should have the right to do whatever they want with their body.
Have you always felt this way? Is this always something that you wanted to do?
Since like childhood, and I wanted to be viewed for myself versus like a gender.
People should also have the right to speak out for their beliefs. Because if there's one guarantee in the world, it's change.
Like the stuff we viewed 200 years ago isn't viewed the same way now. Maintaining a focus of this gradual progression is a good thing.
Navigating change means dealing with the controversies. And it all starts by exploring the unfamiliar.
Is this going to be broadcasted?
Yes, it'll be on youtube.com. Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, it's got to be.
What the fuck? Yo, that was an absolutely great video, bro. I know the video was like 10 months ago, but it really gives a fuck. From Jen, the legend. Holy shit, that was an amazing video by Jen. And it just really proves that transgenders and the TQ+ community are just very, and the people who support it are just very delusional and just don't have any, brains for themselves and just small-minded, because it's crazy the world we live in. Like 200 years ago, kids who are predicting what the future will be, they will never predict that transgenders and people changing into women and having multiple genders and having multiple pronouns, they will never think about that as the future. As the future, people will think, as 200 years ago, kids who predict about the future, they'll think about flying saucers, shooting ray guns. Like, Allah, the future, 200 years later, they expect 2023 to be a lot of futuristic stuff, but it's 2023 and nothing has really happened. Really, like nothing special has happened. Nothing has really came out. We're still on our phones. The only thing that's really high technology is just phones and high tech computers and high tech glasses, whatever. But other than that, there's nothing high tech. It's just LGBT+ community and transgenders taking over the world and it's deluding us with a sick mindset. There's nothing special coming out, and it's 2023 and nothing has come out yet. It's just disgusting, really. But anyways, if you disagree with me, if you have any takes of what I said, tell me in the comments below. I would love for your opinion. Tell me in the comments what you think about this video. And if you want more videos of like this, tell me in the comments, and I'll do whatever. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to join my Discord server, linked in the description. Don't forget to click my link tree. All my social media is gonna be on my link tree. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, see you in the next video. Bye, fucking black monkeys.